Welcome back to Jersey Matters. Have you seen the videos posted on social media about the long lines at MVC centers in New Jersey? Apparently, legislators in Trenton did because they called hearings to get answers from the MVC chief administrator. Here's my interview with Sue Fulton, chief administrator of the MVC. Chief Administrator, thanks for spending the time on what I know has been a busy week for you, starting on Monday in Trenton when you were in front of a hearing of state legislators who, as described in the press, were grilling you over problems at the MVC. What did you take away from that hearing?
I thought it was a very productive exchange. I was grateful to be able to address some of the concerns that the people of New Jersey have through their representatives. There were some misconceptions we were able to dispel, and I was able to address all of the measures that we've taken, all the initiatives that we've done, so there's a better understanding of what's going on.
Explain the misconceptions, because I've seen online people complaining about long lines. Is that a misconception?
There are absolutely long lines when we open. But two things. Number one, no one needs to stand in line all day. We keep hearing this, but when the center opens at 8 a.m., the motor vehicle staff will take your number, you'll get a ticket, and then you will get a text message when we're ready to serve you. So if you're further back in the line and we're not going to get to you till later, we'll take your number and you can go on about your business. About 20 minutes before we're ready to serve you, you'll get a text message and you can come back and we'll take care of your business.
It's interesting you talked about the specific time that there are long lines, but then you go out and address those long lines at 8 a.m. because the minority leader in the assembly, John Bramnick, sent out a video.
Look at the lines behind me. Hours of wait. This is absolutely disrespectful. I'm calling on the Murphy administration to send people down here and fix it.
What's your reaction to that? Would more people help?
Listen, my first reaction is you can take photos up until the time we open and the lines are going to be very long. What really matters is what happens to those people when we open at 8 a.m. And in fact, at Springfield, everybody on that line at 8 a.m. was given a ticket for service. Many of them go away, take care of your business and come back. In fact, we were still ticketing people for service at 10 a.m. that morning. So if you avoided the morning rush and you showed up at 10 a.m., you would still get a ticket for service. One of our biggest problems is that people are posting photos of lines on social media and saying the person at the front of the line got here at midnight. And so people are like, oh, I have to go at midnight. Well, the person at the very front of the line got there at midnight, but the person who got a good night's sleep and showed up at 8 a.m. was also given a ticket and served that day. So, you don't have to camp out overnight. And I'm concerned that social media is communicating that message that you have to camp out overnight or you'll never get service. And it's not true. We only have 3 agencies right now because we get hourly reports and we've gotten them every day. There are still 3 agencies where if you arrive at 8 a.m., you're too late. That's Newark, which is always our very busiest agency, or one of them. Wayne, where we have construction that has interfered with our ability to deploy that text messaging system, and South Plainfield, which is very busy. We continue to track that. In most places, if you arrive at 8 a.m., you'll be at the end of a long line, and about a half an hour later, you'll get a ticket, you'll be able to go on about your day, and then come back when we're ready to serve you.
So you're saying that the video by the minority leader was an unfair representation?
That was what the line looked like at 7 a.m., but people take away the wrong impression about what they need to do and what we're doing to serve that line once we open at 8 a.m. We can't do anything for you until we open at 8 a.m. The real question is, what happens once we open? Do you get served? And then in almost all cases, do you get served once we open? So there's no need to show up before then.
According to research, solar light kills the virus almost immediately. Wouldn't it be safer to send people outside to service the people in line?
We do a lot outside in terms of, answering questions and checking documents. But keep in mind, motor vehicle is issuing identity credentials. We have secure systems to protect people's information. You can't just take, a photo with a camera and iPhone and have it go through our secure system and be stored in the way we need to store personal information. So those stations are fixed and they're extremely expensive. You can't just go outside and do those processes and issue a license. That's why, the annual cost of a mobile unit, just to build and maintain a mobile unit is $1.5 million.
Wow.
We have to secure personal information. We've moved millions of transactions online. Keep in mind, 18 months ago, you couldn't even renew a driver license online. We've made tremendous progress, and there's 20 new vehicle transactions that we moved online during the agency closure.
At the hearing on Monday, one of the other topics that came up and was addressed by many of the legislators was an increase in fees during a pandemic when so many other accommodations have been made financially for people. They thought it was unfair, but it was odd that they came after you personally for the increase in fees. Was it fair to go after you for that? Who was the one that raised the fees?
So there's a proposed increase in the registration fee proposed by state police that would go entirely to the state police. And it's not fair for me to comment on that, Larry, because I don't have the information to understand that critical need that state police is meeting. But there is a proposed increase in registration fees of $1 for that.
You didn't propose this.
No.
You didn't propose it. And if it's deemed necessary and it's either passed by the legislature or the Murphy administration, you have to implement it, right?
Correct.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is it seemed like it was more of a political argument about the fee that they used you as a conduit to make to other people. I know you can't comment on that, but that's what it seemed like at the hearing. And I know you said several times, look, the fee doesn't go to me. I can't comment on it. So I'll just quote what you had to say as your answer to that question, unless there's something more you want to say about it.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. I always appreciate your time. You are always available, even in the toughest situations for you. So thank you. That was Sue Fulton, Chief Administrator of New Jersey's Motor Vehicles Commission. Still to come on Jersey Matters, the state is considering getting rid of a program to help those with mental health issues in the low-income neighborhoods of New Jersey. That's when we come right back.